We are live in the building, people. All right, let's get organized, man. Give it a couple minutes, let some folks float in here, I guess. Let's give that its own stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, that works. That works. That works. Guess I'll pull this up in a minute. All right, get out of here, little dog. I got this scheduled for 8:15. I'm not sure if it's live already. It may be. And get myself together. Look like something, folks. You dig what I'm saying? What we got on the agenda today? I hope everybody having a good Sunday. Happy Sunday, getting ready to start this new work week, school week, whatever your life entails, man. It is I, Jack Travis, straight like that live. What we try to do every Sunday. And here we are, man. We got a couple topics to speak on. This was somewhat of a I guess somewhat of a slow week. It was like some crazy events. I think of course, we got a lot of mass shootings in America. So I think, a couple of those that went on, but we're not going to really focus on those. Let's try to go through some more lighthearted subjects. One of these in here is kind of ill. And we'll get to that as we go, man. I think I need to grab me something to drink real quick. Hold on, folks. All right, people. All right, people. All right, people. I'm back like cook crack. Like it's the 1980s. Cook crack. I'm back. I am back like cook crack. All right, man. What do we talk about? I had an interesting little weekend. Before we go into it. Um, last night was a very interesting time, man. I was out in the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. Um, doing some interesting night. We'll just say that interesting night, man. How did y'all weekend go? What y'all get into for? You know what I'm saying? Get in the comments. Let me know, man. Maybe we can swap stories or something like that. You dig what I'm saying to you? But yeah, like I said, man, I was out floating around, enjoying some company and this, that, and the third, man. We back in the building now, man. Ready to rock and roll. As I spoke on last week, people. The page has made some strides to where I am upgraded in this YouTube world. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to do some more things coming up in the near future, man. Try to expand my reach and make this thing global, man. I appreciate everybody. I got a members thing set up. We've got the emojis, membership tiers, and all of that. So if you're interested in it, go over there and check it out, man. Become a member. Be privy to some perks. And anyway, we will go, man. What we gonna tackle out first? I guess as the title indicates, you heard about a one Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House. Apparently, he does more than just speak at the House with his mouth. You dig what I'm saying? We'll say that. Mike Johnson does more than just speak at the House with his mouth. You dig? Now let's look up. Mike Johnson. 'Cause I do believe. Uh, that typing coming on. Well, no, I was speaking too soon. Typing coming on around, folks. Man. Mike Johnson grinder. Oh my God. So let's see if y'all can hear this feller, man. I saw this video the other day, but that GOP, them folks up there in Washington are some nasty some of my bitches. I ain't gonna hold you, buddy. Let's see what old feller had to say. See if y'all can hear this. Let me turn it up. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. All right. Now who is she talking? All right. All right. That was a one razzle dazzle Mo. Is that Razzie Dazzy or Razzle Dazzle? You decide. And cuz say, hey, Mike Johnson. Now, I'm not sure who they talking about getting signed in, sworn in. Let me see if I can do a little research on that. I guess it doesn't really matter though. But yeah, cuz say I am going to release your grinder. Now, if you are unfamiliar with what grinder is a I don't know, let's call it a back page for people of the LGBTQ community, and whatever that entails. You know what I'm saying? So apparently that's a site where they can go to and get them a quick little hookup, like I guess would it be a plenty of fish for people on the other side of the spectrum. You dig what I'm saying? What you can relate it to. And apparently, it's a very popular site with politicians in the side of the Republican Party. Now, you put those two together as you will, as to why it's so many of those people that are rail against gay people and trans people. They rail against it, bro. Like, but there's a odd amount of individuals that seem to take part in those activities in their lives. You dig what I'm saying and what I'm saying to you, what I'm putting down, man. I don't know what's going on with them folks. But yeah, Mike Johnson is the latest. Now, that was the first video LaCuz put out. Razzle Dazzle Mo. You know what I'm saying? Then he hit us with some screenshots. Let's read these messages. Oh my God. They're probably vile. I don't want to get too deep into this. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. What is this? All right, let's see. He says, um, you have luxurious hair. And the guy says, thank you. Razzle Dazzle Mo, we're assuming, says, thank you. I would give you a compliment, but I don't know what you look like. Then apparently Mike Johnson says, are you in town for a couple of days visiting DC? Homie said, yes, I am. Are you offering me a tour? Oh my God. Then look at this one. MJ, we'll call it MJ right now. MJ says, I can give you one. I have a few contacts. We can go to the Dabney for dinner and then back to my place, and I can blow your brains out. Jesus Louises, while pulling on that luxurious hair. God almighty damn. What are we doing right now in the world? Mike Johnson? Then Cuz say, oh, straightforward, I see. LOL, especially from a man who won't show his face. Well, in the next caption, Mike Johnson, a picture of Mike Johnson is in the next relay. And he asked Cuz, what time should I pick you up from your hotel? Cuz said, hey, man, You got to quit faking the funk on the nasty dunk out here. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna swing my way, quit acting like that. You're out here railing against these people and their rights, and you are actively a participant in the world of that they're I don't know, I don't want to call it debauchery. I don't want to disrespect what them folks do for fun and all this, that, and the third. I ain't even gonna go down that route. You dig what I'm saying? To each his own. Maricon. You dig what I'm saying? Now I seen bro with another video. Apparently they got him under some pressure now, man. I think them folk done got kind of pissed off. He said something about having secured a lawyer and that he set up like some fail safes. You understand what I'm saying? So in the event that something happens to him, that will trigger the people that he's dealing with to release, I guess, the treasure trove of information we have on Mike Johnson and his love of Johnsons. You understand me and what I'm telling you, cuz. Let's see if I can find this video where bro's kind of scared or whatever. I think I put it in my bookmarks. I did. Here it is. I'm not sure how well y'all can hear this, but it's like a 2-minute video. If y'all can't hear it, he's explaining that he's got a lawyer and people have advised him to take some security measures, and so he's going on to explain what will happen in the event that again, something happens to him. So let's keep going. I don't know how well y'all can hear it. He says that TikTok has put an account ban warning on his account and took that video down. Civil disobedience may be the answer. Huh. Now, let me click into the and just see if I can find some deep saying that he has a lawyer now. So I'm not understanding if he's being sued by Mike Johnson and his outfit. I doubt that he's suing to get his TikTok account back because apparently TikTok was just handed over to a group of like-minded individuals in the Trump administration. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Um, let's hit the grok button. I'll hit the grok button on this and see what they uncover. Because I'm not sure who he's trying to get signed into office, sworn in, who he's tripping about, and I'm not sure what he's talking about with this legal thing. I guess they could have gotten a cease and desist or got a lawsuit out to him in a couple of days since all of this hit. So maybe that's what he's talking about, having to represent himself in the court of law. Let's see what this grok says. The Expose shares a 2-minute video update from TikToker CJ Baker Fitness, who claims to possess evidence of House Speaker Mike Johnson's grinder profile and announces handing it over to an investigative journalist for verification while distributing copies for safety after receiving threats. Um, This comes after an early ultimatum demanding Johnson swear in newly elected Democrat House members. So I guess maybe it's a couple of them, but he said her. He it's like he was speaking about one in particular. So that's really all it says on that. But yeah, Mike Johnson and this guy seem to have a assorted background, man, and we're gonna see how that plays out. I'm not surprised. Mike Johnson is a peculiar looking fellow, but apparently he likes to again do more with his mouth than just speak at the house. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna put that right there with a neat little bow for old Mike Johnson. Moving on to other things, man. I've got a random list of stuff right here. Speaking of yesterday, I said I was out in the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. Although I was out, I still tuned in to my favorite football team, being the Alabama Crimson Tide. They had a big game, or I guess it was big. Just looking at how things played out in that game last year. In that game against the Vanderbilt Commodores last year, we dropped that ball game 40-35. Um, Diego Pavia, quarterback of the Vanderbilt Commodores, played an outstanding game. Last year was just kind of touch and go, man, as far as carrying the board and getting his, infusing his swag into the process. We started out with a bad loss against Florida State. They've since dropped the ball game to an unranked Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, that's what happened last year, man. And so coming into this year, the revenge game for Bama. Diego Pavia in his bag. Let him tell it. Bro said the game wasn't gonna be close. You understand what I'm saying? Well, the outcome of the game, although not by a big stretch, was a good game. 23-14. We missed a couple opportunities to uh, get a touchdown, and we ended up kicking field goals, and so that kind of made it look the way it looked. But Vandy didn't score a point in the second half. I said they going into halftime because right there at the end of the half, they put together a great drive, Bama that is, and when it scored with about 20-25 seconds left on the clock. Um, and in my head, I said, man, I think they're gonna come out in that second half, and I don't think Vandy gonna score again. And they didn't. Diego probably had one of the most atrocious games, I'm sure he'll say, in his career. You know what I'm saying? And it served you well because, bro, the Vanderbilt Commodores have never been a threat in any sport. I think their baseball program is better than, you know what I'm saying, the football and basketball. Basketball, I think I heard them make a little noise before, but on the football field, outside of having a Jay Cutler and I don't even really know too many other people to name. It's like Vanderbilt don't do no numbers in football, cause that's where is that where Eli went? Eli Manning? I think Eli went to Vanderbilt. Hold on. Yeah. No. Did Eli go to Vandy? I think he may have. I ain't sure. Vandy, Ole Miss one. It's messing with my head. But yeah, outside of some good players, man, Vandy ain't never been a threat on the football field. So, for bro to be talking like that and thinking they just finna come back in there and whoop some ass, come to Tuscaloosa and whoop some ass at that, you know what I'm saying? Based off of last year, a lot of times those type of words come back to bite you in the buttocks. And that's exactly what happened, man. I will say after that first week, man, after that Florida State game, the squad and the coaching staff seemed to have responded well because motherfuckers was on their ass, bro. Like it was so dumb the way they looked in that first week. So it seems that they have responded well, man, and got the thing back on track. We came off a big win from Georgia last week. And when we lost to Vandy last year, it was coming off of a big win over Georgia program, and then we went out there and shit the bed out there in at Vanderbilt. But this year was a different story. Like I said, man, 23-14 was the last outcome of the game. So I'm proud of them boys. I won't say fabulous performance. Ty Simpson did his thing though. He came up clutch when he needed to. There was a couple of instances where he made some bonehead plays. Ryan Williams seemed to be a little more stable this game. I don't think I saw him with a drop. I thought I remember seeing him do something stupid at some point. But overall, bro had a solid game. Jeremy Bernard, bro. Jeremy Bernard is a hell of a wide receiver. I don't know if bro is super fast or whatever. but he's a hell of a route runner. He's just a hell of a football player, man. So we did some numbers in that direction. Without that fella, we'd be in trouble, man. Defensively, like I said, Vandy didn't score in the second half, so you have to give some points to the defense and what they were. Keon Sav came up with a big interception. I think it was his first week back on the field. In a couple of weeks, he had a big time interception, man. Vandy turned the ball over like inside the 10-yard line, like 2-3 times, bro. So we just came up with some good stop interceptions, fumbles, and all of that, and we was able to pull that thing out, man. It was a much closer game than I would have gave respect to it being against Vandy, but apparently Vandy is a much better team than in years past, and so that's how that went, man. I'm not even sure exactly who we got next week. I would venture to say Missouri. I venture to say Missouri. Hadn't heard a lot about their program this year. I'll look into them this week and see what they may have to offer, man. Speaking of football, let's stay on the football field. But let's go up to the NFL. You dig what I mean? Let's go up to the NFL and talk about someone that honestly I have no idea who this guy is. I've never heard any of his music. But he is apparently a very, very, very popular artist out here in the entertainment music world. And he was given the opportunity to be the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl. That being the one Bad Bunny. Now, again, I have no idea who Bad Bunny is. I know who he is. I've heard the name and seen the face. I don't know any of his music. But apparently he's super huge all overseas. I guess he's like a Latin artist or something like this here. Let's type in Bad Bunny and let's see what we get out here in the world. All right, Bad Bunny. He wears a lot of weird outfits. Here's a picture with him. What do you call this? Jeez, Louise. Um, it's a pink deal. I guess this is like a top and it's a long skirt. It's all pink. He's got on heels. You know, I'm not really sure what to make of that. And he's flexing his muscles like I'm sure y'all seen it. You type into your Google, you'll see it. I'm not really sure what to make of that, but Bad Bunny has been announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer. Looks like the NFL is doubling down on trying to emasculate men, says Digital Gal X. This is what Sunday Night Football has become. Now, you know, we just spoke on one of the representatives from the right side of the party and their dibblings and dabblings in Johnson awareness. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like it's odd how much of an issue this is always. It always is to them. They seem to be able. They've got gaydar. You dig what I'm saying? Like people on the right have a heightened gaydar. Why is that? Why are they so in tune to gay things and always seeking out and like laser point focusing on gay things, bro? Like it's wild to me. But they say a lot of what they do is projection. You dig what I'm saying? And so gay things seem to always just, it just clouds their mind all the time. So, I guess and you got to understand, bro, like certain people are highly impressionable. And so it would make sense that, they try to keep themselves out of those situations for fear of it rubbing off on them because they're curious about things deep down inside. You understand what I'm saying? So these folks are highly against anything that is perceived to not be, I guess, in their view, masculine. I don't know what about them other than all the guns and shit they buy. Like I don't know what exactly is masculine about them or what they view or what they perceive as being masculine is such a thing to emulate and trying to stay on the court with. But they live in the Romulus and the Remus world. And if you don't know those two guys, those are two mythical characters that are said to have founded the city of Rome back some thousands of years ago. Again, a bunch of bullshit that people want to be, of godly origins and shit like that. So You look back into them Greeks, they were highly gay too. Like there's a lot of gay stuff back there. The Greeks, the Roman society that they still trying to keep alive and push forward these days. So these are the people with their gaydar on the heightened alert. You dig what I'm saying? So Bad Bunny is gonna perform the halftime show. I don't care either way. It's no one I had in mind, so I don't feel a way about it. But a lot of people out here kicking up fuss and mad about everything in the world. There we are in the NFL. Now, okay. Being that we are talking about a professional sports right now, let's venture into another professional sport. That being the NBA. And there is a fella that plays basketball in the NBA at a very high level. As a matter of fact, he is known as the greatest shooter in the history of basketball, Steph Curry. Hmm? Alejandro Steph Curry. I just gave him the first name of Alejandro just because I wanted to. But that's Steph Curry. All right. Now, Steph Curry has a wife. All right. At this point, I'm not even really sure what to call it. Steph Curry he's married to, let's say this. Steph Curry is married to Aisha Curry. Now, I remember some years ago, maybe a year or two ago, there was some comments by Aisha Curry out into the diaspora of the world, where she indicated that she didn't like what it was that she didn't like that, or she wanted guys to pay attention to her. You dig what I'm saying? Even though she's married to one of the greatest basketball players, very well paid individual, it was something to the effect of she didn't like that she wasn't being paid attention to by, I guess, other guys and things like that. Everybody kind of kicked up a kerfluffle, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Please shut up. You know what I'm saying? Please shut up. But I don't think Wardell, Stephen Curry, I don't think he addressed the situation, or at least not publicly or what have you. And then the other day we saw these comments right here. That's like a little 2-minute video. Let's see what she's talking about. I clicked on it, but I didn't give it really a lot of run. So let's see what she got going on. What? God, bro. Fucking A. Bro, listen, and this is for anybody out there trying to secure a relationship with the women of this day and age. My nigga, get you a white girl, bro. I'm telling you, dog. Maybe the China folk got them robots. Yeah, just ship me an AI robot at this point. Dog. I ain't gonna hold you. It's just, boy, it was a meme I saw not too long ago. It said, when you treat a woman good, you get the worst version of her. Huh? And that'd be goddamn. So here we go, wife of Wardell Curry, Steph Alejandro, whichever one you want to call her. That's my dog. Ain't no smoke for Steph. But you hear his wife saying, shit, I had goals and dreams. I feel bad. This ain't the life I wanted. We got $300 million and everything we wanted, but I'm not happy. I got other shit I want to do now. I don't know what world y'all come from, but the more money you got, the more shit you can do. You know what I'm saying? If you have a bag of $300 million to play around in, well, you could bring a college to you. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so would going to basketball game stop you from attending online class? I don't even understand. Now what it sound like when Wardell, Stephen Alejandro Curry, hmm? Sound like when he got signed into the NBA. Sound like you just, I bet my man signed to the NBA. He a dog, getting big contracts. We good. And you wasted your time being pretty and being a wife. And now you look up and you might have got an argue and you be like, damn. If he said get out, what am I gonna fall back on now? In the position she's in now, if they would have divorced, she gonna get hundreds of millions of dollars and cars and houses. She'll be good. Alimony, child supports, all of this. She'll be good. But it may have hit her. It may have hit her like, well, damn, I don't have anything to fall back on. I don't have anything to offer. And oftentimes these days in a relationship, a lady thinks as long as she got, you know, some ass and titties, I guess, on the face, that's all she need in the world. It's crazy shit I ever seen in my life. But yeah, she's complaining about, she didn't aspire to the things that she wanted to do. And again, I don't see how him being a well-paid superstar athlete prevented you from doing that. The comfort level that you started to enjoy may have gotten you lazy and you just let time swoop by. But I'm not really understanding her angle. She says she's in therapy and she never wanted kids. Like, sound like she wanted to be a thought. I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. Like, sound like from the previous comments from a couple years ago about wanting attention from other guys and you ain't want no kids and just like I know a chick that says she don't want kids. And if you watch her social media profile, you're like, yeah, she be throwing that ass in a circle around the United States. You dig what I'm saying? Like, what type of kid don't want chicks? One that want to be getting took down through there on a regular basis and not have no strings attached. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what it is. So yeah, Charlotte said she ain't want no kids. She wanted to gallivant, be a career girl, fucking up the ladder or something. She ain't say that, but I'm just saying, I'm just kind of spitballing myself. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, she ain't happy with that money they got in that situation. She in therapy about it. Just think about that. The wife of Stephen Curry, one of the greatest ball players, most well paid individuals on planet Earth, seems to be a really solid guy. An all American golf playing, basketball shooting, the fatherly figure guy. His wife ain't happy because she ain't. Man, you can't make him happy. If Steph Curry's wife ain't happy, you can't make no woman happy these days. Send me a AI robot. If the China folks, my page doing a little numbers these days or something like that. If folks in China, y'all get this video. I will stop in the middle of every video and do an ad with my AI baby. Send me one for the low ski free. And I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna make it's gonna be some waves. I don't get everybody on the cut. My experience here lately in the relationship game is like, God damn, bro, like what? So Aisha Curry not happy, and seemingly no woman on the face of the earth is happy these days or knows how to be happy if they there's all kind of shit going on. Oh, funny. Let's laugh. Let's go to something funny. Let's see about this guy. I heard he bombed the show. Let's see if I can find. Let's see if I can find a peace of mind. Baby. All right. Theo Vaughn. I heard that Theo Vaughn bombed the show this week. He was also on College Game Day yesterday making selections on who he thought was going to win the football games. Now, Theo Vaughn is oh God, it's not even talk. It may get me banned. Apparently, there's some kind of rumors about Theo wanting to delete himself, or maybe on his Israel views. Israel got everybody scared now. Candace, I say, Israel done threatened her life, and she think Erica Kirk is a part of the whole plot. Yeah, they got problems over there behind this Charlie Kirk thing. Charlie still ain't gone away. You dig what I'm saying? They keeping him going. Um, but Theo Von, apparently he bombed the show here lately. And ooh, is this it? Woo! Yeah, he's telling sheesh. He talking to a crowd, a person in the crowd. He said he having a long month, and he's trying to refrain from removing himself from the world's population. Got to be more careful. You can't tell people these things, bro. Like, for one, no one cares. Dog. Like, it may be your family, your friends. Like, nigga, we got enough to deal with. I got to talk you off a ledge. What the fuck, man? I tell you what, you might want to just go on, let him walk out on the ledge, dog. Cause we gotta wake up tomorrow and we got children to take care of. Donald Trump and them out here wild now. We got a lot to do. We ain't got time to be out here crisis management for these weak man. Hey, listen, some circle got small, everybody can't go. That's what Nipsey Hussle said. Nipsey Hussle said everybody can't go. Everybody can't be saved. So I don't even know. You feel me? Yeah, I keep y'all updated on Theo, but I ain't really you feel me? It ain't really my fight. I ain't got no dog in that fight. You understand what I'm saying? That dog don't hunt. Whatever in the hell they say. So Theo Lund bombed the show. He's feeling bad about his prior support for the current administration. All of them have been had. They were lied to again. And so they're trying to backtrack. And I guess by having a bad month, people been on his head because of certain comments. And so, it's weighing down on them. It's such a fragile group to be such manly men. They have extremely high gaydar and they're very fragile. You understand? I don't get it. Y'all tell me what the diagnosis of that is, man. That's some wild ass shit. Where we at? We 35 minutes in, man. I'm trying to stretch me an hour out of this thing. Where we at? Let me tell you something I was pissed off about. This is really kind of small, but I hope it gets around to the people over at Microsoft. I received an email into my emails the other day, and it said that the Xbox Game Pass membership is going from $8.99. What was previously started out at $8.99, subsequently started ticking up. It will now be $29.99 a month to utilize Xbox Game Pass. Now, I ain't gonna hold you, Xbox. I ain't gonna hold you. I've not had a PlayStation since the great gen, the PS1. I call myself hating PlayStations. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look into I think what they call it, the Sony network, the Play network, whatever have you. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. And if their prices are much lower than yours, I may just be switching over to a PS5. I ain't gonna hold you. Because if you think I'm gonna pay you $30 a month to play games, I should say, huh? To play games that number one, if you don't have an X or S series, you damn near can't play any other games these days anyway. Now they got this cloud play thing. Um, my Xbox is wired in to my internet joint. You dig? And you still can barely play cloud play games. You know. I try to play NCAA football on it. Glitchy, very glitchy. Cuts out in the middle of games, hard to start it up, all of that, bro. So the cloud play hadn't really treated me fairly. So it's neat to be able to look in it and see what how many different games that you can preview and play without having to buy. But it's not worth $30 a month, bro. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? And with the amount of games that they release on a regular basis, it's really hard to get deep into a game that you want to play. You see it, you put it in your little list or what have you. But the next week they dropping more. You know what I'm saying? So then some games go away that you have messed around and got. It's like the algorithm looks at games that people play a lot, and then they'll take it off the game store off a Game Pass, and then you have to buy it again. So it's like I don't know, bro. $30 is crazy. They said that they raised the prices to reflect. I don't know, to reflect the damn Lisa Jean. What going on, Lisa Jean? Hey, I done check my comments. Lisa Jean, man, let me tell y'all about old Lisa Jean. I'm gonna holler at you, Lisa Jean. What's good, Lisa Jean? Man, let me tell y'all about old Lisa Jean. Lisa Jean, um, got hip to the page when I dropped that Charlie Kirk video. You dig what I'm saying? Like I said, we had about 17,000. Um, But Lisa Jean went and left a lot of comments on a lot of the videos. I appreciate it, baby. Keep it coming, spread the word. You understand me? We're trying to get this thing going down. So I will be able to look back one day, Lisa Jean, and say, man, you might end up being one of my mods or something. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you some merch and all that because I really appreciate you. I'm excited to have people that like that follow the page and just dig it. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, Lisa Jean is an early straight like that. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the lure behind Miss Lady right there, man. What is this? Well, Tennessee Vols trying, so do Vandy. So go Vols. Oh, missus, what you thinking? About what's his face? Yeah, Eli. Okay, yeah. His brother, yeah, Peyton went to Tennessee, yeah, UT, you dig, and old Miss for old Eli. So yeah, the Vandy ain't got nothing but I guess Jay Cutler. Diego Pavia seems to be doing well out there, but he ran his mouth a little bit too much just go around, and so Bama had to serve him up. You dig what I'm saying to you? Um, well, were we? I saw my dog Lisa Jean Watson, man. Hey, she gonna be one of the mods one of these days. I do believe. Just stay tuned, Lisa Jean. We trying to. I got about 89 more subs I need to break all the way through the sponsorship program. I really should have let that video keep going, but I was scared to let it linger in between uploading something else. And I was like, man, maybe the people gonna be like, well, damn, did this dude ever upload if I just waited so long? So I kind of played the game of letting it go for like 10 days, maybe almost 2 weeks, and I upload again. But now I regret it. I should have just let that video do what it do and jumped on these lives because apparently the lives go straight to people's notifications. The videos don't seem to so much, but yeah, I regret that I stopped the momentum of that video. But you all got me through my watch hours and very close to my subscriber count. So we gonna keep it rocking, man. Again, shout out to Lisa Jean Watson, man. Y'all can't touch her, bro. She got it going on, man. Who were we just talking to? I saw a crazy video. Apparently it's a mother in Florida, right? I don't know. Seems that the lady is saying that she has had to recruit the services of a lawyer because her son touched a tree and a rock, and they are now trying to throw the book at him. Let's go into. I mean, we have so many crazy happenings in the world, bro. Like, let's see. I think I bookmarked this thing. Yeah, here it is. I don't know how well y'all can hear this, but let's click on this, man. Florida mother opens up about legal action. Let me pause this. Legal action taken against her by homeowners association after her 5-year-old son was labeled as a public annoyance for touching a tree and a rock. I'll be damned. Florida mother 5. No. Oh yeah, mother of 5. Damn. Okay, baby. She might got you feel, but she might got some of that Gucci good on her. So I ain't on you feel. I'm just leave that way it is. Yeah, but her son is being called a public annoyance for simply touching a tree and a rock in the neighborhood. She was forced to get an attorney. Her HOA bylaws state that under Florida law, she's due 14 days, a written response to fix any issue or violation. I have the right to speak against the board. I'm just saying that he touched the tree. Did he vandalize it? Did he spray paint it? Um, let's see what she got to say. I don't think she really went into a lot of explanation from it though. What? I'm not. I'm not. I need the details of this, man. Touching a tree. I'm not understanding. What is the backstory to this, man? Let me see if I can click around something. You know how bothered you have to be to wrath a 5-year-old about a dang tree. What did he do though? I'm saying just surely not just walking up and just placing his hand on a tree or the rock. Surely not. She probably Orlando of the neighborhood. The white men ran through and now they want her. Damn, Glocktavius and her other 4 kids out there. And we use the HOA to do it. Hold. What is this comment, bro? Facts versus your feelings says she is probably Olandria of the neighborhood. The white men ran through her and now they want her. Glocktavius and her other 4 kids out there. Glocktavius is diabolical. My God. Why would you call someone Glocktavius? I'm sure they've seen how desperate black women on social media have behaved. Every time they see a white man being publicly seen with a black woman, they'll just replace her with some new black cooch. What is okay? I don't even know why I read that. But that's wild, bro. I gotta look into the backstory of that. Maybe I should have before I got to talking about it, but I just saw the video and I thought it was a wild instance what I just heard out the gate. I wonder what he did to the tree and the he had to have spray painted it or something, bro. Like because if you just touched it, like what do you have? If you weren't there videotaping him, you don't even have proof of I don't know. It sounds wild to me. Oh my God, I saved this right. I ain't gonna, you know what? I got women in my chat. I'm not even gonna go through that because it'll get me in trouble. We're gonna talk about that. Let's move on to talk about this guy, David, man. Again, I didn't know anything about David until I saw him in the news about this 14-year-old being dismembered and found in the trunk of his Tesla in a California impound yard. You dig? Now, since then, I don't know that we've had a full statement from David. We have had plenty of video putting it together, showing instances when they were together. She's always hiding her face, and different little messages and clips and quotes from his songs. The Romantic Homicide one in particular. I think he also wrote a song named Celeste, but it does not seem that the investigation has slowed down. He has since ended his tour and apparently seeks the help of some attorneys to get this case off his ass. Cause sound like Cuz might be finna be going up through there for some murderings. You understand me and what I'm saying now? It's so sick all the way around because, bro, I mean, it's like, nigga, you guilty, bro. Out the gate, you had a 14-year-old girl. I think they said it was dating that girl since she was like 10 years old, bro. What in the hell is a huge superstar in the music world? What are you doing, cuz? What are we doing? So I ain't got no sympathy for him. He already look weird out the gate. So it appears that he may have done some untoward things in that deal, man. 10 years old when they met, apparently. Now 14, been missing for about a year. Found in the trunk, dismembered out in California. And they have been together and been pictured together for a minute here, man. If I had to spitball and think what happened, I would put this theory out. I would think because people already knew they were in a relationship. I think that he probably got her pregnant, and she wants to have David's baby. That's just it. And David says, "No, we can't. We can't take you to the proper medical avenues because you're too young to be pregnant." When they find out that you are pregnant, I'm gonna say, "Who got you pregnant?" They're gonna point back to me, David, and that's illegal. I'll be placed into prison for a number of years, a place where a person like me that already is, flashing signs of being, you know, and in a jailhouse for child molestation type of deal. It don't fare well. And then I think an argument ensued, maybe fueled by drugs. and I think he probably choked in and you know what I mean, and did what he did to her, and then tried to go through some avenues to try and distance himself from it. But you heard people in the neighborhood saying that they saw that car there for a while. It would move down the street, around the corner, this, that, and the third. Everything about it was stupid. But I guess when you're a person such as David, you can't just go out in the public willy nilly, and you certainly can't go out in the public willy nilly with a trunk full of human body parts in which that you look to dispose of. So it just seemed like a bad situation all the way around, and I think they're gonna do something with bro here in a minute. But no formal charges have been filed. But seems like he's tightening up and gripping up for a legal fight. And so that's where we are with that. Where are we with time? We 51 minutes in, man. I strive to be at right at an hour, so we're gonna start to wind this thing down in a minute. What haven't I talked about? Candace Owens. We'll end it out with some political content and some political dabblings. Candace Owens continues to be a thorn in the side of say MAGA. I guess you got to say MAGA. Charlie Kirk was staunchly MAGA, so that's pretty much who she's at odds with right now. And here lately, she has turned her ire towards Erica Kirk, and she's saying that also like a what's his name, Nick Fuentes. They expressed some of the same feelings about just her demeanor in the wake of what happened to her husband. Um, the way that she acts when she's on camera, they said it just seems to be all a stunt, man, and all just fake and just seemingly just overjoyed over what happened to Charlie and her ascension into being the director of Turning Point USA, a move that I don't think will work out for them. I don't know that anybody's going to line up around the country to hear Erica Kirk speak. I think it's just kind of like a posthumous gesture. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of a cool thing. Let's appoint her, but I think it's a name only. I don't think she's organizing the events for TPUSA and the speakers and all of that. I think it's gonna fizzle out because I don't think they had anybody that was Charlie had put in years of work, you know what I'm saying, and perfecting his craft and molding his network. And I don't know that they have anybody else. You got Brylan Hollylands and Steven Crowder's attempting to revive their prove me wrongs and take the mantles, and they said something about Brandon Tatum, but all of them caught in the twist right about now, bro. Like, it's so many dynamic things going on that they really just at the point to where they really just got to say, man, we just are for us white people, and that's it. Like, they just got to come on out and just be like, we just racist, bro, because everybody is in a twist. It's black people standing up for what they perceive wasn't right. They jump down their throat. Charleston White give them some free speech that is supposed to be provided to all of us. They turn it back on him. They hate Candace Owens because she's talking about Charlie Kirk and Eric. It's just like everything is mashed up right now, bro. They really have themselves in one hell of a position of undefensibleness. Let's create a word. Undefensibleness is where they reside right now. You dig what I'm saying? So Candace is kicking up fuss, man, and Nick Fuentes too. They say they don't like the whole picture that TPUSA is providing right now in the wake of the death of Charlie Kirk. And I said when this administration came in, bro, if you were to go to college, for those of you that have been to college, you can go on your internet and search this topic. But when you go to college, you take a class called Western Civilization. That class goes back to Mesopotamia. That's where it starts. Approximately what at this point, 5,000 years ago, around 3,300 BC or what have you. And it's all about starting from that point up until the time when the Roman Empire got to the heights of their power. When they got as much land as they could acquire, they killed as many people as they could. Oddly enough, when the Roman Empire got to the heights of its size, they went through approximately 1,000 years of dark ages. They didn't invent shit. They didn't grow shit and evolve nothing. They was, sleeping around animals. They created plenty of plagues and diseases. Like no innovation, bro. They just conquered and killed for no other reason than you were not Romans. Go back and look into Carthage. You know, Carthage is now modern day Tunisia, right? Modern day Tunisia is where Carthage was, or what was named Carthage back in those days. There's a guy named Hannibal, warlord, ruler back in his days. Look into that association and look and see how the Romans treated that land of Carthage after they were finally able to secure a victory over Hannibal and his army, right? Now, just that was a side note, but type some of those things to your Google, it'll give you some little information. And so, like I say, when they got to the height of their powers, man, they went through 1,000 years of dark ages because they just wanted to kill, maim, and destroy for no other reason than you were not them. They didn't want to create land bridges. They didn't want to, secure this land for the purposes of its resources, the spices, or open up trade routes, or innovate. None of that, bro. And so when this administration came in, I said, I have a feeling that they are going to. I have a feeling this is exactly what they're gonna do with their turn, and they're going so hard, so fast, and there's so many people like beside themselves, bro, losing their mind, losing their farms, losing their health care, this, that, and the third, to where it's just going too hard, too fast, and I think a lot of them have understood that they were fooled. You did what I'm saying, but we're still in it. We still got a handful of years, man. But they all in a twist right now, and it's just it creates just constant entertainment for the world every day. Like we spoke on Mike Johnson. Now that Lisa Jean is back, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but we spoke on Mike Johnson and apparently him being outed as a staunch supporter of the Grinder app. Grinder is an app where people of the LGBTQ faith. Did I say that right? That's where they go to get their rocks off and find like-minded individuals. And if you keep up with the news cycle, there's an awful lot of members of the GOP that seem to have a vested interest, you dig, in a place like a Grinder. And so Mike Johnson was apparently outed by, I think the guy's name was Razzle Dazzle Mo. Yeah, Razzle Dazzle. Yeah, man. In one of the messages we read, Mike Johnson said that he would give Razzle Dazzle a tour of Washington. He would take him to the Dabney for dinner, and afterwards, he would blow his brains out while pulling on his luxurious hair. That's what he said in the message. Now, that's heavy material. I ain't gonna hold you about that. That's heavy material. But that's what he said to the guy, Razzle Dazzle Mo. And so Razzle Dazzle Mo said, if you keep bullshitting and won't get these people sworn to their positions, I'm gonna put your profile out there to the world. And he's since made a video that he's got lawyers and he's giving his information to other people. In the event that something happens to him, it trigger some fail safes, and then these people are released information, and then Mike Johnson will be known to the world as a Grinder user. That's where we at on that thing. And like I said, man, for people that are so masculine, um, such salt of the earth individuals, they have an extremely high gaydar. Oh my God. They can see the gayness in everything immediately. Now, is that because you can see it or because you know of it? You know what it looked like. You know what it feel like. The touch, the look, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking. I'm just here to make you think. You dig what I'm saying? And so Lisa Jean Watson. We're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up in a minute, baby. Let's see what these comments hitting for. Go be a member, man. Go and I'm not even sure how it all works out. Um, go and see what that member thing works out. When you click on it or whatever, I can't actually see the buttons and all of that. So tell me what it's like from the from the fan side. How easy it is to join. What does it tell you about the price and tiers and try to get a message to me or something at some point, man. Help me to figure this thing out. But like I said, I got a feeling Lisa Jean is gonna be a big part of the channel going forward, man. She seems to be around a good bit. And so as we go, I'm gonna try and incorporate you in the process. Just stay around and keep supporting your boy. Um what does this say? I said, good. I wrote it. LOL, my old Miss Coach, man. We did it again. I wanted Lane to come and be the coach. Well, as early as this year, after that first game against Florida State, I called for Lane Kiffin, Deion Sanders, and hell, even Gus Malzahn, because that was just a pitiful performance. But Caden the Bulls come back to kind of convince me that he may have the ship righted. I think did Ole Miss lose yesterday? I'm not even sure. Yeah, women suck, don't they? I ain't gonna say women suck. I love my mom. I have a beautiful daughter, 16, sweet 16. Oh my god. And I'm not a red pill hater of women. You dig what I'm saying? I hate them red pill guys that come on TV every day and YouTube every day to talk about how bad women are and how my god, like, it's so gay, bro. But nah, y'all don't suck. But these days, it is the dating game, the dating scene. Oh my fucking god, man! It is just. Like I say, if the China people that make the bro bots, you catch this live stream, allow me to be one of your first supporters and ad partners, because I would do an ad for you all with my AI lady just standing right beside me. I do it every show. Because god damn, they make it hard on us. They say that the better you treat them, the worse they are, man. And I'd be damn. So yeah, y'all not y'all don't suck. Depending on what we talk about, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't gonna go. But I'm just saying y'all don't suck. But I'm saying it's hell out here these days trying to walk the tight ropes of a successful and healthy relationship. You dig what I'm saying? I'll say that much, man. We have hit our hour mark, so I am feeling accomplished in what I wanted to do. I will definitely start to gather content and be ready to put out a couple shows here in the next week. Some shorts and things like that, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get. I shouldn't have stopped that video because I like 89 more subs to get to my 1,000. So people that run across this, man, if you catch the end of this, I need you. I need your subs. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not gonna beg. I'm just gonna ask politely. Get me to that mark. We got a membership program. We got emojis for the chat. As this thing grows, man, just start making this thing look like something. You dig what I'm saying and what I'm putting down to you. So, with that being said, we're about to get ready to wrap this thing up. It's been a good Sunday night program, man. I hope you all are ready for your new week. Mondays suck. Absolute butt. I understand, but we got to get up and we got to do it. We got to get it rocking out here, man. And I'm sure there'll be a endless amount of wild stories and happenings in our world for me to talk about. And so I don't know. Maybe I'll start making this live a little more funky and a little more frequent. I should say a little more funky. I can make it a little more funky and a little more frequent. But maybe I'll come to you all again in the middle of the week, man. I think about it a lot, but my schedule is usually it's pretty hectic. But as I see people growing and more people coming in and tuning in, again, shout out to Lisa Jean Watson and my dog. And my dog. And my dog for sure. And my dog. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I've enjoyed it tonight. I see somebody else in the room. They didn't comment or what have you, but shout outs to you, man. We about to get ready to shut this thing down, and I'm gonna start to get myself ready for the Monday morning. So until I drop another show or come back live, you people take care of yourselves, man. And I appreciate your involvement in what I got going on over here. And we'll do this again soon. I'll let you boy. I'm out.